going to do a pastel and watercolour today of this beautiful scene behind me. Here we are up in the Loch Valley, and pastel and watercolour is very versatile. I've got a knot paper, that's a paper in between, slightly rough, not completely smooth, not very rough. And I'm going to put the pastel on, then brush in the water all over it and do a basic, like a heavy watercolour really, first of all. And once my basic colours are on, then I'm going to work pastel over the top to finish it off. Now this means that I'm going to work up some of the darker undertones first, working from the paler colours in the background, the cooler colours, through to the stronger into the foreground, and then put my nice sunlit highlights over the top of all of this, the little trees catching the light and all the ferns. It should be a very rapid, quite bold and quick technique which you might find rather fun to try with soft pastels. I'm going to use unison pastels again today with this, and a nice big wash brush. So my pastels and my brush, that's all I'm going to need for this whole painting, and a little bit of water. All I'm going to do first is draw on quite lightly with some pastel, and then I'll start with the layers of pastel in the water as quickly as possible. You can see I've now got the basic drawing done. That's all I need, just the basic composition. Now I'm going to start with the actual pastels, blocking in, washing it in with the brush, and then building it up and working over the top. So it'll be a very rapid technique. Now you can put the water on first and the pastel afterwards, which will give you a very dark effect. But in this case I'm going to put the pastel on first and then the water afterwards, which will actually wash it in more easily. So I'm going to scumble right across with the pastel first. Plenty of water. Might seem a strange thing to do, but we know that the pastel will keep its colour. Ordinary paper won't. If you've got a coloured paper, the colour won't stay colour fast, but this will. So if I'm working over this, it's going to stay colour fast. I'm going to blend in some cream down on the horizon here. Very light turquoise coming in over the top now. We'll go for a slightly darker colour now. We've got some lovely little fluffy clouds going on here, so let's start to get those in. Let's see from here, where do we want them? Oh, about here. We'll just highlight those little bits of cloud, just tickling them onto the surface of the paper. It's a fluffy cloud using some cream, some warmer cream, just to get the feeling of these going into the distance. There's hardly any cloud higher up, but you see little bits in the distance here. Rather nice. So we'll just tickle in some of the grey into that and come in with a bit of blue to a bit more distance in a moment. Because the sun's almost directly above me now, and we don't want to be too strong over there with those clouds. And that's our sky virtually done. So a very, very quick way of working. Right, now we need to move on to the distance here, and I'm going to again start blocking in some of the darker colours to work lights over the top. Down there I'm going to use once pastel has been painted with water, it actually is fixed. It won't come off very easily. You can work over it again quite well. So it's a trick worth remembering as well. You don't need fixative on a painting like this. But you can work in it almost like pieces of a jigsaw. I'm going to work from the background to the foreground, working from the cooler colours to the stronger here. And there is some warmth back there still, a little bit of pink going on in this horizon. Hint at some of these green fields in the background. Soften them back. I'm going to come in with a bit more light blue yet to bring these back. They're a bit too, don't want them too harsh. So I've done the sky in the background, or just got the basic layers on. Now I've just scumbled in over the surface of the paper all of the basic dark colours that are going to be underneath my lighter sunlit colours over the top. And you can see I've been blending some of them already with the much warmer darks here, some of the greens coming in, and then the cooler blues going into the background. Now I'm going to paint these in. I've already darkened some areas so I know where my composition is. Then I'm going to go back in. dark to work over, and as the colours lighten and we paint onto it, and so the other colours will come forward to get some effects of these trees growing here. Before coming down and in. There's a lighter orangey bushes coming up through here. There's some of these lovely deep, these blue shadows going on back there as well. And look how those little bits of blue make such an effect on the thing. That things in the distance become cooler because of the atmosphere, little water droplets in the air. There are less in the Mediterranean because it's a drier air, but here not so much today because we've had a bit of rain recently, and we have a sort of misty effect of haze. It's a lovely bit of blue starting, a reflection in the river lot. Right then into these trees. Run out of tape, that's my trouble. Colours. Feel the edges of these trees. And look how that lovely mauve works against the other colours. Going down to a little bit darker now, as you can see. When you have the sun shining very strongly like this, you get obviously very strong shadows. So we've got quite strong lights and darks. We've got the road coming up there, and we've got this warmer, these lovely trees in the foreground here that I'm telling you about, which are much, much warmer. Okay. Still got to watch out for these different colours. I mean, the leaves of the brambles in here are quite a strong, cool green, so I'm having to use this deep turquoise down in there to pull some of those shadows out, and that will help us link, giving us those three planes of foreground, middle distance, distance. Although we haven't got much middle distance here, it's nearly all straight foreground into the distance. Okay, turn off again, look. Right, well I think we've done as much as we can do. The light's changing a lot now. And I can keep doing detail and keep working it up, but I've got the effect I want, and I don't really want to do too much more detail here now. There we go. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and there we are, a large pastel on watercolour paper, using water at first, the pastel, and then building up afterwards.